So for me, like I'm now 41 years old, and I've been competing for the better part of my life. And at this time, I see my mission a bit and my goal twofold. On the one hand, I want to be competing as long as I can still, and I want to do so with adult. I'm not, so once that is over for me, it's over. A bit, that's a goal for me. Yeah? And otherwise, I'm thinking I have many injuries in my body actually over the years, and most of them are either due to my own ignorance by pushing too hard when I should have known better, and otherwise by going with other people as well. So I've been injured to other people, and all the time, see, I've been injured. Even those times when it was someone else's fault, I still think I have some choice in the matter. And most of the time when I get injured, it's usually due to uncontrolled body weight. Recently I had a private with someone, and the guy weighs, like I had a private with a guy coming to me, and he weighs 140 kilos. So a very big guy. Not very, how can I say, not very mobile. That's okay. What is your favorite game? I like to play bottom. It's okay, interesting. So why? Yeah, because in my gym, nobody wants to roll with me because I'm too heavy, and they avoid me. So okay, that's sad because it's your strongest part. Yeah, but it's also not nice for people. So okay, let's try to change that. Okay, so my take with him was, it's not a problem being heavy. It's a problem uncontrolled body weight. And to be honest, I get more injuries from light feisty people who kick uncontrolled than I go with bigger people who actually are controlled. And I'm 75 kilos, which means I'm right in the middle. Compared to someone 50 kilos, I'm quite heavy. But so they can be the hammer, let's say, but sometimes I'm the nail going with 100 kilos. On top of that, I try to have a game that I can play with everybody the same thing. So I often roll with my daughter, which is 6 years old, and I want to do the exact same things to her I do to anyone else. So the only thing is, the difference would be, if I roll with a light person, a heavy person, would be how much percentage of my body weight I'm going to put, but I'm never going to put it all of a sudden. This is a bit the take of this class. Yeah. So can I use you please for a second? Lay down please. And I'm going to go another thing actually, that I want to mention also. I really like what Britta and Francesco are doing with a gamified approach and doing it. I think it gives you a lot of how can I say, a lot of information and the ways to learn in a very short time. Yeah? The way I would say the fastest way to learn Jiu-Jitsu, I believe, is through playing a lot of games and by getting a lot of information quickly, and then trying to go very deep into one spot. Okay? My strength, I believe, is mechanics. So what I like to do in my gym often is doing a lot of free rolling, and lately also with those test games and going a bit more specific in games. But at the very least, I try to go very deep into one thing. And when you go very deep, then you realize that the mechanics in every position actually always one and the same. So understand the broad, and then go very deep into one thing and understand the whole. Okay? So today I'm gonna go very deep into the cross face. But before we get there, put your head here and feet there, please. Okay. Imagine this. Imagine you lay on top of someone, and I'm gonna put all my weight on you. Yes? All my weight, like much of my weight is on you now. Is it comfortable or uncomfortable?
Uncomfortable.
It's quite uncomfortable, yeah? Now roll to your belly on this side, please. And even though all my weight is on you, you're still able to move you with me, and it's uncomfortable. So you're able to move me, and it's uncomfortable. When you make someone uncomfortable, they will move, and I don't like to be moved. So try now two things. You're gonna go with your partner, and the first thing you can do is you can be on top, and you're gonna lay here without touching him, and see if you can stay on top. And you, like, actually every single escape actually involves at least partially bring yourself to your belly. That's basically it. So lay on him, try to make the person uncomfortable. You can lay on his belly, you can lay on his chest. You can see how you divide your weight. Don't use your hands too much. And just see how easy it is to move you around. Okay, let's try. We're gonna like 2 minutes, and then we're gonna go to the next pass, the next step.
Let's go.
Everybody feels uncomfortable, but you're quite easy to move, correct? Okay. So for many years I used to fight MMA, and still today I train MMA a bit in my gym. And I never really felt like punching people in the face. But I've never had a problem letting people run into my fist if they wish to do so. So what I mean with this, come here please, Andy, look. So I'm gonna give the perspective from MMA and then do the same thing with Jiu-Jitsu. Look, imagine someone is standing with his fist forward. And if you do boxing, most accidents in the gym literally happen like this. Don't move, please, okay? You're gonna be here, I'm gonna run forward like a train, and they're stupidly in your fist. And you just do a little bit of this, and then you fall down, yeah? So don't be the guy that don't overcompensate on either side, and jiu-jitsu is way safer. Now, only go to the bottom, please. So that means, look, weight by itself doesn't mean anything. It just makes uncomfortable, but it's also the weight distribution. What I want to do right now is this. Instead of putting all your weight on Andy, or your partner, I want to put zero weight on him. So what I like, a good example could be I'm going to put Andy's head, my arm below Andy's face, his head, and I'm going to try to block his head a bit. Push your head back, please. Should be a bit hard, yes? But look at this. If I just put my hand here, look, actually, oh no, don't do that, please. 1 second, 1 second. Look. If you're going to block your face right now, I want you to use your head as a post to push your hip away from me. No. So, okay, I'm going to show you. Come back on top, please. Whatever I try to do, look, when I do jiu-jitsu, my goal is always to immobilize my partner and so immobilize my partner and move myself around him without moving him. So for example, you block my head, see? I can use this as a post to bring myself away. See, so I'm here, and I can actually bring myself away with my head, I use it to push my hip away. Yeah? So what you see, actually, you have to imagine yourself like a needle. You don't have to put your weight everywhere, just put a little bit of weight in the correct spots. So what I want to do right now is I put my left hand below his head, and I make, I call it a wedge, I guess, to put the head sideways, and then your elbow goes to the hip, and you press this elbow up, and this elbow in. And I put a bit of pressure on my right hip. So all I'm trying to do right now is catch only between my elbow, my hip, my elbow here, and my hand. And now I'm putting zero, you don't feel any weight, no?
No.
So try to move now, please, go. Try to escape. And I'm just trying to trap him. Now also look, if Andy would try to turn to his belly, I also, if I want that to happen, I can actually let that happen if I like. Go the other side, please. Turn to me, please, turn to me. I can always allow the motion that I do like, while, if I would not like, I try to go to your belly, please. I can also adjust myself to stop this. And I'm actually putting zero weight on him. Now imagine this. Imagine you're trapped. That's a bit like the metaphor you can use. Imagine you're trapped below a closet, okay? And they cut away the paws of the closet and all the weight is on you. Then you will be slowly suffocating, but there's a chance you can wobble the closet away from you. What I'm trying to imagine is I'm here and I'm trying to sink into you, but I'm still carrying my own weight. So here I carry my own weight, yeah? And I can start sinking lower and actually decide how much to put on him. During my breathing class, I actually talked about this also. Breathe in, please. Whenever he breathes in, and I feel the belly sinking down, I can decide to sink into his diaphragm, I guess. And I breathe in again. Yeah, and slowly he can sink in. So play a bit with this. Mostly, don't put any weight right now. Imagine you're floating one atom above him and try to get some strategical points which you can use. This would be a good example. Hand below the head. Open the elbow, right elbow against the hip, pull that in. Then here, I rotate my right hip towards my elbow and keep this together. Important, Prit mentioned this in his class, if you push my head away, please. Anytime you start to push my head away to one side of the body, he's out. So how do I keep my head in the center? Well, if I put my head here, push my head that side, please. I start to lose the center. So what I always imagine is to rotate back to the center here. Now push my head away, please. Anytime I push my head that side, push, I start to pivot my head inside and push my head away. Yeah? Keep pushing, I can actually walk the other side. I try to keep my head always in the center whenever I keep control. Got this? So play with that a bit, please. I see things that I didn't expect. So we can work with that. Come here, please. So look, first and foremost, head there, feet there. Okay? Please, thank you. How would you call this position? Side control. How do you call this? Side control. Side control. Million side controls. And this pretty much sucks. This is not a side control. Well, I call this perpendicular side control. So my spine is this way, his spine is that way. That is not side, like this is the worst place to be. in case of, instead of control. What do I mean with this? Look, if you push my head away a bit, see here, hip escape that out that side. So now get your hip out this way. That's one way to escape. Okay, go back. Hip escape this way and put your knee inside. Yeah. So you're right in the middle actually of 4 escapes. Another one could be push my head away and get on your elbow, please. It's actually the same escape as the first one. Huh? So I'm always right in the middle of 4 escapes. So what I like to call is like diagonal side control. The funny thing is, escapes always happen in one of the 4 diagonals. And also from my side, control happens in those diagonals. It depends who goes first. So whenever I'm here, see, and he starts to push my head away. Okay, good, he pushes it away and I push it back. Now I open the gate over there, hip escape, boom. Understand? So what you should see, and then what I showed to you a second ago will make more sense. If I'm in the middle here, you can very easily push my head from the center. Pushing it away, my arm is straight away isolated. If I want to keep control, I have to keep my weight. I want to be kind of close to his head and keep always my head in the center. Okay? So what I like to do when I'm here is try to isolate this hip. It's always like I'm kind of going for a leg drag. In fact, a leg drag, although it doesn't score any points, is way better control than a side control. If I want to have the best chance to submit you, I'm always, this for me is like the king position for submissions. Way better than a mount, because now your legs are free. So instead of looking for side control, mount, back and everything, look for leg control plus upper body control. That's a good control. Now, so change your side control a bit, put your knee on that side here, see, and close your elbow also in, close this. This arm, in this case I like to be more underneath the shoulder and try to keep the center here. Now push my head that side please, slowly, okay, so slowly push my head away. See, now I lean into him, what do? First the head, and then I rotate my shoulder in, push please, push, 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 push. Hard, right? Okay, and if you push from the other side, so wait, let's be clear. We can talk about the 4 diagonals, but for now, to not make it too complicated, we're imagining you push my head to that line or to that line. And you can use whatever hand you like. So first case, push me over there. So if you push me, I lean into him. If you start, keep pushing. If you start hip escaping now, I start to track you forever. Okay. Push me with the other hand, please. If you go here, I'm gonna go here. Keep going. I keep track of you again. Okay? Like I told before, the control always happens in the diagonals. Yeah? So whatever happens, now this is also the reason why hip escapes should not be done the way they do it. If you keep going here, push my head away please, here. If you now make a big hip escape, okay, your hip goes away, but now you bring me your head. So I can go over, and I switch. Good. And every time you switch rotations, I will win a battle. Okay, now 99% sure, you now get triggered to bring your hip back inside again. Okay, good, your hip comes back. And I come back here. And you think the knee is a guard. Actually, it's not just, well, IBJJF will not give you points, but that doesn't matter anymore. See, I'm still in control. See? I start escaping, please. Push my head away. I counter rotate. You hip escape again. The process, you give me your head. And I can switch again. And this pattern always repeats. So stay here. This hand underneath the armpit this time. Close your elbow. Also helps here to windshield wiper the leg and try to keep the center. Either here, whenever he puts the head inside, you can transfer and sit here. If this is not clear and if it's too hard for you, then focus on this position alone and try to keep the head in the center. Whenever he pushes away, I lean in. If he pushes from the other side, I lean the other side. Understood? Let's try this please. But we need to understand this also, okay, perpendicular, very easily put. Push my head away, please. No. Look, this is don't do random motions. You're going to be very clear, yeah? My head is here. Please slowly push my head away. Slowly push. Okay, and then trap my head, for example. No. Just trap my head between your legs. Okay, good. For better or worse, that can happen, yeah? Or you push my head with the over there. No. Just push my head, nothing else. Okay. So I always want have my head in the center. So what this means, I'm gonna imagine I'm a compass. My head is the center of the action. Every time you push my head over there, okay, keep pushing. I'm gonna push back with my head, keep pushing. Don't hip escape. Because I can only talk about one action at a time. And if you start moving, then we're actually rolling, yeah? So I'm blocking your head or your arm, doesn't really matter. And keep your head away. You push my head away. Okay, good. Push, push, push. I keep pushing. Constant pressure. And I start to pivot back to the center. Keep pushing. Do you feel it's harder now? Yeah. However, if your hand is here and you push, keep constant pressure over there. If I decide to push, keep the pressure, I have to push away and I'll move your hand away. Okay, listen to me carefully. Keep pushing as hard as you can. When I push back, pull away your hand. Look, I push back, disappear the hand. That happens. You overcompensate if you push, but not if you work with rotation. If I'm here, okay, keep pushing. I start circling. Push, 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 push. Take the hand away. Take the hand away. Nothing happened. Because my head stays centered and I move around. Every time you're going to use this push to hip escape, and you bring your head in the center in the process, I can just switch my base. And then usually you can, if you roll away, for example, roll to your belly there, roll to your belly, roll, roll, roll. Then you have the options of darces or front headlocks or whatever. And if you go this side back, then you can actually mount or go back into side control. So for now, all I want you to know is realize that if you're in the center, they're 50% away from pushing to either side. If you go in the same line, be it here, well, I prefer to be here, then it's way hard to push you off center. So all control should always be 45 degrees. Understand this? So go again, experience the center, and then realize why I'm right if you go for the other ones, okay? And then also realize that the leg drag is a way better control than the side control. Because one of the biggest mistakes people make, leg drag. Oh, so you're gonna hip escape over there? No, when I go, yeah, keep your frame here, I'm gonna pass your guard. No, when I pass your guard, hip escape over there. I actually gave your guard back because your hip is your guard. But if I'm here and you hip escape yourself, you actually give me the head. You understand this? Okay, good. Real clear? Okay, good. So just a few more minutes this, and then we go to the super heavy top twist roll.
Als je het hoofd naar beneden, is alleen als je in het midden is, in het midden. You push my hand that way.
When you play with someone, look, I can talk 3 hours about this alone. Yeah. But anytime when I'm trying to pass the guard, I'm not trying to pass the guard. I'm trying to be here. That's what I want to get. Yeah, that's a very good way for me to start attacking you. I just go straight forward. And if you now hip escape, oh wait, no, hip escape over there. Do you have a better or worse guard right now? Is this guard now better or worse? Sorry? Yeah, your guard is actually your feet. Where your feet are gone, it's your knees. And where your knees are gone, your guard is your hip. And if you hip escape away, okay, now you have your knees inside, but I'm inside. We attach way too much importance on the guard. And it's even more than this. Look, every time I'm here, look, and I try to pass his guard right now, he will recover his guard. So I'm gonna go over there, you're gonna rotate to your belly and rotate over there. He's gonna turn there, and gonna go to turtle over here. So I go over, and the moment I go, I lose you. Yeah? That is the way it is, okay? And if you go for that move yourself, go for it, and then I win. Because you don't have to punch where he is, you have to punch where he's gonna be. Yeah? So whatever I try to do is control. I also try to control the center. He hip escapes. No, hip escape over there. Okay, good, I stay here. You bring your head away again. Okay, no. Bring your head away again. Okay, good, I go here. And every time you hip escape, that's when I start to pass. Okay? Now what is funny is this, look, you can see Mushimeshi, his guard, yeah? He actually plays guard sideways. Stand up please. Very high level people, you will see, wait, they will play guard like this. Why? Why is this good or bad? Well, is this good or bad? Well, the good thing is, I have all my weapons in one line. Now the moment I recover my guard, I steps, don't move. We're gonna see what happens. Huh? The moment I bring myself to the center, you can drag my leg along, and now I actually passed my guard. Yeah? Great, we say. Let's entangle the legs. The moment I go for the legs, just walk around. And now I put myself in a bad spot for my guard. But I'm here. Walk to the center. I could recover if I wanted to. Walk north-south. I could recover if I wanted to. Or walk to the center. I can actually stay here forever. So if you want to have a very offensive guard, be here. Be sideways with your guard. And then the moment the person passes, now free leg entanglement. He goes there. Now you can have your free attacks. So there's something to discover there. Will I do this in MMA? Probably not, except in some phases. If you want to escape your side control, it also means if you get somewhere to the center here, just be patient. No, wait. Exactly in the center. You wait until the person decides to pass your guard. I pass, now roll to your back. Roll to your back. Or inside, roll. Oop, you're out. And the other side also. Keep that in mind, okay? Now, the top control. What I want you to do right now is just look. I realize this, the middle of everything is always hard, because in the middle there is choice. I want to take choice away. Here, I don't know if you're gonna hip escape, roll away or roll into me, yeah? So I want to take choice away. So, this is a very big paradox. On the one side, you never want to be flat, that's where I make you suffer. But the moment to make the guy in the center suffer, he will make a choice. And if you do not control the rotation, you cannot predict what the choice will be. And then the uncontrolled beginner who has uncontrolled motions might beat you. Or the high level guy who seems in control, actually has sense behind his quick motions, will also get out. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna do crossface, and I'm gonna see, look, crossface for, I initially understand is he's flat and you lay on top. This is not a good control. What I want is to control the rotation. I'm gonna go super deep here. You're gonna artificially receive this for free. I'm gonna go super deep behind the armpit, and I'm gonna drag him into my lap. Okay, good. So now, this is the center of the action. This is my spear through the floor in his neck. This is the center of the compass. I can pivot backwards. Don't move. I can pivot backwards, and I can pivot forwards. And you can pivot away, and you can pivot backwards. No, that's rotation. Don't rotate yet. So pivot forwards. Walk. One choice, walk backwards. Don't rotate. You see this? Look, I said walk backwards or walk forwards. Okay. And you switch rotation during this. That's two different things. Yeah? So I want to do now, you're going to go deep into the armpit. Drag him in. See, good. My hand is going to be next to the hip. And now everybody should go behind me and look at my legs. So here. Yeah, more spirit. So right now, here. So again, all the steps. I catch into the armpit super deep, drag him into my lap. My right hand goes on the floor and I'm gonna track his hip. Now after the side of my rotation, my neck, my shoulders are rotated, my legs are not yet. So what do you do? Windshield wipe your foot. And now, no, you don't. I will ask you when you can move. Yeah? Open your both feet, now pivot backwards. And then I start to bring weight by hinging forward and lifting my hip up. You see this? Okay. Now if you were my 6-year-old daughter, you could do this. Okay? If you're a 50-kilo guy, I will put you this. If you're a black belt, then it depends. You can play with it, yeah? Here. So what I want you to do is this. I want you to just keep here and keep control. Walk forward, please, without shifting rotation. Walk. Keep going. If I walk away, I mirror his action. It gets worse. Walk back into me, please. I put close and I still keep it. Anytime you switch rotation, so walk back to me, put your knees in the center. I can go here and have the previous control still. Walk away again. See? Feel? That's the idea. So what I'm doing, just by myself, I get deep into the armpit, drag him into my lap. That's one. Elbow next to the hip, or it can be over, depends what you like. Control the hip here. Put my weight a bit forward. And now my legs are free to move. Open your both feet at the same time. Just as Francesco showed, knees in the center, feet open. And then you can use this to windshield wipe your foot to the ceiling and open your knee alone. And then put pressure by hinge down, hip up. That part I will let you practice, like we're going to now do with 2 people. Practices. Then I'm going to do a bit of mechanics alone. And then we go back to this and see if we can fix it better. Okay? Let's try. Go.
kind of shift the shoulder down a little bit.
Stand up. They always tell me I have very strong grips. I'm proud of that. Huh? And it's nothing to do with strength. I'm going to squeeze you as hard as you can. Feel the squeeze? Now rotate your hand. Left, right, left, right. You can move in your jacket. Now feel this. Okay? Rotate back. You can't, yeah? So because I twist your skin, now I'm going to take both sides. Snake bite. Yeah? Well, will you be able to get out? Yeah, but you're stuck in your jacket. What am I controlling? I'm controlling your rotation. The best way to control rotation with the skin or the fascia, the best way to control rotation is to a joint. I control their hand right now. Do I have a lock here? No, I just control the way back. So I can predict that you're either going to fight, resist the hard way, which is the fighter, yeah? And this guy injures himself, or you're going to go with the motion. The Aikido way, and then they give something else. Yeah? So it's always, so I also, like, for me it's this, I don't matter how bad I get. That's what in Jiu-Jitsu we teach, position before submission. But it's a bit nonsense, because the position and the submission are the same thing. I'll try always, like, it doesn't matter how bad I am, I can be completely, okay, take my back please, take my back. Put your feet inside. Huh? If I control your hand here, I'm deciding what's going to happen. And IBJJF still gives you 4 points, congratulations, but I'm winning the fight. I control the action because I have the hand. And it's also true, this is why you get away with weird things that say, I love to be here. Oh, why? Because I control the rotation of your foot. I'm now 100% sure not going to turn there. And I can abuse that. Yeah? So if you have a big toe, you're winning the fight. Not allowed, but the foot is allowed. Yeah? Okay, so now, lay here on your back, please. There's many things. Look, I catch your head. Move your head left, right. I control nothing, but exaggerate the grip. See? Twist back. So now try to move. Feel the difference? Okay. And then I can start putting weight into this. Try to roll to your belly. Try to roll to the other side. You can still do it, but you're gonna have to fight it. Yeah. And guess what? Sweat affects your legs also, because you're not so slippery. So what you were doing, you were here, and it looks okay, but very important is also like you have to, I can show you many things, huh? But if you just keep this in mind, always exaggerate your grips, then this class was worth it for you, I find. Yeah? You go here, go super deep here, catch into the armpit, and yes, to do this, you have to give a degree of top. So how far can you overcompensate? That depends. You have to see. Yeah? So but now let's say he doesn't move, so I go super deep here, catch here, and I'll pull you back in. Yeah? Jiu-Jitsu is literally played only with 2 things. It's between this, and between that. That is the strongest actions you can make. And if you realize that, you can tie everything together. You cannot chain together straight lines, but you can always change rotations together. And then your combinations also make sense. Go super deep here, drag it. How will I reinforce this? So my arm is going this way. How can I make him rotate more? Look at my legs. Windshield wiper and pivot sideways. Do I want this? Maybe yes, maybe no. Now, I rotate him this way, so his shoulders are going this. If I want to get him stuck, I have to counter-rotate my body to the other side. So wiper the foot, wiper the leg, and I go in, boom. And now this becomes the pivot point. What everybody does, the first time when I teach them this, I tell them, put your weight down, and what I do is I push your weight forward. And guess what happens? Turn to your belly, please. And then this starts to happen. So your pressure is to go straight into the floor. I gave my class about true fundamentals, okay? A few days ago. I saw some of you, some I didn't. Jiu-Jitsu is nothing more than always connect. One of the tools of attachment, of connection is attach, rotate to the fullest, then hinge, and then start to pivot. When you pivot, the guy will suffer. When he suffers, he will either tap or make an action. Make an action, please. And you adapt to that action. If I stay here, 99% sure he will come back eventually. He will bridge this way, and that's when my mount is ready. What do you do here? You reattach. Start build attachment. Connect. Then I'm here. Rotate the shoulders, work the base, hinge, and pivot. He will rotate with me, increase the suffering. He will counter-rotate, temporarily the suffering. Go, 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 go. Reattach, rotate, hinge, pivot. And hinging works in 2. What is a hinge? Is this. So my tip to you is play games, explore the whole forest, whatever is there. But eventually you have to decide on a path, because otherwise you keep walking in circles. Maybe you choose a pet of the leg move. Okay, good. And then realize that the way you, doesn't matter what side of the forest you walk, the way you move is always the same. Okay? And well, how do you move? Well, this is what I told you. Okay? Attach, rotate, hinge, pivot. Let's go, try. You learn jiu-jitsu through, you have ideas, strategies, techniques, whatever it is. And then, okay, for me it becomes like multidisciplinary approach. I do fitness. I learn some things in fitness. I learn about posture in my fitness class. Okay, good. Now I apply the jiu-jitsu. And in yoga, explore a lot about how motion ties together. And I think, look at this motion. They call this, in yoga, they call this the Vukasana, the cow face pose. You see the two ears of the cow? It makes sense for me, the name, yeah? In jiu-jitsu, it's this, look, you're here. I can rotate from here. So imagine you're here, twist, up, and then twist the other side. So 180, yeah? This is, how you call this? Long step pass. Yeah? And if you see Rickson or whoever do gymnastica natural, it's not whatever they do, no, it is one motion, see, change into the other one. And if you come, yoga for me is exploring how the body moves individually, and then apply this to your partner, and then your partner just decides the time of when you do your move. You understand? Now everybody wants you to do this. Well, or I want you never to do this again, what I'm going to show now. On your knees here, everybody sit on his knees. And imagine you have a barbell in your neck. And this barbell weighs, doesn't matter, 50 kilos, 20 kilos on each side, let's say, and there is no clippers. Okay? So anytime your shoulder line goes sideways, the weight slips off. In reality, anytime you get swept, it's because one shoulder goes down, because your hips and your shoulders turn. Anytime I'm going to step up like that, I have to carry all that weight on one leg for a split second. And then that guy pushes you, you get injuries. So the way to get up here, look at my legs. You first, just like for a sexual set, well, the step before is curve the spine, go up. Not so important right now, just make sure you go up and then make X legs. But not like this. Imagine you have to put your toes and heels on the floor at the same time. Yes? And now here, you're going to open your foot as far as you can. And you're going to rotate your knee open and do this. And now I know, very good, because I always know half of you are going to do this. Look at this leg. Most of the people do this. They go and they go here. And now your structure is off. Okay, then the second phase, what everybody discovers, is to do this and rotate this leg also away. But the full expression of the move is to do this. Is a 180. Yeah, because this gives hip pressure. So, try it a few times. This is the basic of passing on your knees. Open your feet, rotate your heel, and even more, instead of putting your toes on the floor, put your heel on the floor, and I can start to pivot and go completely here. How far can you go? It depends on your flexibility. Okay? And then from here, you reverse the motion. Bring your toes on the floor, heels up, switch your base, and you can go here. Andy, come here, please. Put your head there, feet there. Better if you see backside, put your head there. Everybody struggles standing up in closed guard, yes? There's ways to do it. You can, this is definitely a good thing. But then Andy starts to walk away from me, walk away, and I start to slide away. So what I do put my legs open and twist. See? And it's very hard to stop this. Well, that is one example of it. So then you can apply this to the cross face. So I pull in. It gets very deep, see? Pull him into my lap. This hand is going to stop his hip. I bring my weight forward. Why? So because actually I don't want to be over, I want to bring my weight right on top of him. And I want to go straight down. How do I go down? Making a hinge. But then I need to drive my shoulder in. The only way for me to drive my shoulder is to rotate. So it's around my axis. Now I want to do more rotation without losing my balance. So I'm going to wiper my leg open, my other one also, and now I'm going to rotate on my knees and my heel. And then the next step, if I have my knee on the floor, there is less weight on you, yes? Mm-hmm. Yeah? So now I keep hinging forward while I raise my hip up. Yeah? And then you can decide if you are a merciful God or a vengeful God. So if you're my 6-year-old daughter, I will do this. I will do this to you. You feel? And that's like I roll with many people here, and you can tell me like I don't put much weight when I roll. I don't put any weight. So in the beginning I made the comparison that people run into the fist. What do I mean with this? Well, it's not bad for you to be. I can be here, but try to make a sit-up on me. It's your choice to run into my fist. So you can be more decisive and try to go for a choke, and you will get reaction. And what is about reaction? Well, look, once you start making someone uncomfortable, you will unleash chaos. Are you ready to control that chaos? Yes? Then unleash chaos. And this chaos can even be, I do this all the time to my best friends and my worst enemies. You do not do this to white belts, because or beginners, they will already be chaotic enough by themselves. So don't, if you have like a beginner who goes very roughly and move around, then then don't make him more uncomfortable. Be like coaching with your body, be tight. Okay, this person is a bit more experienced, I want to get a reaction. We start to connect, rotate, hinge, and pivot. See? And then I get a reaction. See? So you learn to press the buttons of your controller a little bit. So one time by myself, exaggerate, pull back. So my elbow is on the floor in this case. Hand minimal, rotate. Yes. If you do that, you're out of balance. So how do I compress this? By bringing my hinges, me rotating around my center axis, go here, and sort of rotate. And the full expression would be this even. And now you realize, oh, the guy's to bring his legs in. Now you're always free to move around your partner. Understand? Try one more time, please, and play with it. Okay? Now, do you have to do this thing? Well, I know, like we are way different. I know you will tap there, but then also my learning stops. So I want to learn my control. How do I learn control? Well, I learn it by going with very light people, relatively light people, and moving around them and try to get, what is control? It's control your own body, control your own body weight. And I can train it with you. And then the very big, tall, big heavy person, he will use it, you will try to move underneath me without moving me. The very big person will try to move you around, okay? So feel how this feels. Then I disconnect from here. And guys, I'm gonna put more pressure to your face, yeah? Okay, look, now try to hold me up.
Yes.
See? And how exactly? Well, explore it slowly. So I'm all for games, I'm all for live drilling. But maybe make your game very slow, methodical, and then slowly increase the pressure. I'm not really out of it myself yet, but this is why I'm starting to change right now. Guys, time. There is one more mechanic. And this is okay. So for me it's all about rotation, yeah? And controlling rotation and controlling your own rotation. And feel free to do whatever, but I have to mention this. So recently deceased Roracino, Octavio Couto, was Francesco's trainer and like a good friend of mine who I've learned a lot from. And he fought his whole life with his heels up. He always fought like that, yeah? And for me, I tried, but for me it felt weak. Why? Because my calves and my ankles were weak. Now the last 2 months I've been training knees over toes. You know, look for the app, ATG. Yeah. Now it costs me 50 euros a month. That is better than the 200 euros I paid before to kinesists, needling, massage, all you want. And now in 2 months already, my ankles are strong enough for now to actually fight on my toes. If you want to do judo throws, for example, you have to get your butt underneath a guy. And it's very clunky and awkward if you don't have super flexible heels to sitting all the time. But if you keep your knees over your toes, you can actually walk around, sink your hips, even rotate while keeping your posture up. My wrestling coach says, no, keep your heels here. And sometimes do that. I now say, do always this. Maybe in a year I say, okay, maybe you should be here. Fair enough, can be. But for now, for me, for the next year, till I get proven otherwise, or till I see the end of it, I will now fight always with my knees here. Because why? You can actually pivot. If you want to get pressure over someone, it's always the same. Connect, rotate, hinge, and pivot. Wait a minute. Or a duck under. Oh. I'm here. No amount, keep tight please a bit, lean on me. No amount of squatting is gonna help you here, but bring your knees over your toes. So rotate, hinge, pivot. Oh, Andy forces me back down. Okay, good, push me down. Okay, rotate, hinge, and pivot. The word is funny. Jiu-jitsu, what does it mean? What does the word jiu-jitsu mean? It's a soft art. But historically speaking, jiu-jitsu was actually the art that they used on the battlefield to finish a fight quick and decisively. So there's nothing soft about jiu-jitsu originally speaking, right? What is the one art that works in rotations? That's Aikido, minimal effort making. So actually what we're doing here, I believe, is more Aikido. Because look, think about this, you step me, anytime you get a straight vector attack, step me, I rotate. Okay, good. You pull your arm back, I rotate. You push again. Whoop, here. It's always true. Look, you start to very slowly shoot. I meet force with force. It gets hard, but I keep my weight over my toes. You shoot in, and I get down. Go, rotate. He pulls back. Okay. So anytime you can trigger a straight vector, that's when you can abuse that by using your weight. So I never try to go straight. I always try to move in angles. So one more mechanic I can give you is this. So actually, why is heels on, if you keep your heels on the floor, you cannot rotate. You can start doing this, but that's when you damage your knees. So by keeping your toes up, you unlock this, while at the same time keep your hip free to move. Okay? And I even box in MMA like this these days, and it works way better. That's another rabbit hole. Now, how do you unlock this rotation when your feet are on the floor? You can also not. So either you keep your weight up and move your feet, or if you have your hands on the floor, you can actually move your feet up. And now look at this motion, you can wiggle, see? Go one, and actually transfer right away into your motions. And for you guys, like maybe you think like he's exaggerating, but for me, I did this the last 2 months, and it's your game, my game improves exponentially because you can move these, you can use these things everywhere. Before I was still locked in my headlock. Okay, now I start to rotate. Before I had to lift my hip up. Now, go up, and all of a sudden you're here. Then you're free to move. And become way freer. So one more time, go to cycle, come here please. You can have it on that side. Because that's my bad side. So you catch, yeah. You pull him in, and now let's say Andy is maybe flatter, and I'm not able to lift him up or pull him in. Put my hand to the hip, you sort of wriggle your toes. Okay, so go one, here, go put them to one side, and now just keep your rotation going. See, and now I give him very little to work with. When you're training with a light person, or with someone who's a beginner, you don't want to make him suffer, you don't want to unleash chaos. Rotate, and keep yourself floating like one atom above him. Make a sit up on me. You sit up, he's free to make himself suffer, that's his choice. And now he will get away, like rotate your belly please. Go. You can allow that, the motion, keep rotating, keep rotating. That would be the motion that I allow, for example, to go to my submissions. So you know which button to press. You know how to react. Just to be next to the door ready with your baseball bat. That's a bit the idea. That's a little bit. That's the glass. That's a little bit more. I also want one photo in the end. And then you're free to go and do it. Thank you. I'm not putting much weight on it. Neon belly, the same story. Neon belly is completely misunderstood. It's not neon belly, it's knees over your belly when I'm not putting any weight. It is. I always say this, look, there is 3 kinds of people in the world. 3 kinds. You have puddings, you have battering rams, and you have walls. Which one of the 3 do you want to be? Pudding. Huh? Yeah, the battering ram. Well, the pudding is the guy who gives you the hand like this. Okay, it comes like that. And those people usually stay inside. It's a person when you roll with. They don't do a lot and they don't make mistakes, and that's why they learn very slow. The battering, however, goes super up and super hard, gets many injuries. Luckily for them, most of those injuries will not be debilitating, and you will survive. The pudding will never climb the wall. The battering ram will go on the wall without ropes, and then the disastrous mistakes will kill him, and then it doesn't learn from his mistakes. Like I was more like the battering ram. in a bit. And I got my slaps, my fair share of slaps, and I got dimmed a bit, and now I'm more in the middle. The wall is like the person who stands there, who gives the firm handshake. So whenever I'm fighting, what is better to be the wall? Well, every once in a while, you get into a situation. Like, imagine you're in a park and there's 10 ninjas around you, and you cannot get away. What do? And you have to be then you have two options. Please don't kill me. Please don't kill me. Time to be the pudding, or you're gonna get it. You run to him, smash his face and run away. But usually, if Andy is here and he stands up, okay, and let's say now my default is a battering ram. You push me. What the fuck is your problem? Draw your knife, please. Oh, sorry. Doesn't count anymore because now he steps you. Huh? But I'm okay. Andy, push me, please. Yeah, I don't want anything from you. Draw your knife. Man, I said sorry. You can apologize. When we roll the same thing, you want to be the wall. Like when you hear Rickson Gracie, what I always say about him is, he's impossible to move. Okay, that's like, for me, like the metaphor for the wall. So I want to be the guy, impossible to move, and I don't want you to be able to move. And then I can work with that and try to move. So next time you're in a knee on belly, head there, feet there, please again. So good, yeah. So next time you're in a knee on belly, don't be this guy. There's times and places to do that. When I did MMA, you do maybe, but be this guy. And now only teleports away, go fast, boom, go in. Okay, you can maybe decide to let him go. You don't attach to him, to your heart. Brings again to another topic of yoga, is not attachment. Don't be too attached to your attachments. You're here, okay, he goes away, good. When something alive goes away, something else comes back, always. And if you're here and he goes a lot of effort, he comes out, boom. Then always know that you actually won, because you won this. So that's the point. Competition sometimes you mitigate this a bit, but on training in general, when we want to learn, this is the best way to put it. And then you're gonna see that everything is always the same. Leg direct, okay. Knee on belly, side control. It's just different layers of the same thing. And that is it. So if you have questions, feel free to ask. Let's take a quick picture and then we go. Thank you.